Work Package 6, the policy recommendations, is led by the University of Hildesheim and co-led by the European Network of Cultural Centers. We advance intercultural and transcultural competences through policy engagement at local, national, regional and global levels. The policy recommendations will be formulated and implemented through co-construction with the EU Joint Research Centre Policy Lab and the open method of coordination.
Task 6.1 is the mapping of policy actors. We extend on analysis of policy connections, enable a consultative process that connects relevant cultural and educational policy actors. We list different actors in a global-local mapping and co-construct shared ideological frameworks for the development of policy.
What are our first considerations?
We meet together and that we think, okay, who could be there, who could be asked for policy recommendations, who is part of the project. Very interesting is that we have a very international team, so we have colleagues from all over the world, more or less, so it's also interesting to have the different local, national perspectives in this work package. We work in art spaces and art education, and here we have a lot of actors in educational policies, but it's also a cultural, artistic project, so we also deal with cultural policies. Task 6.2 is co-designing of policy recommendations. We develop cultural and educational policy recommendations and strategies in a workshop series. We employ role-play frameworks such as future workshops to stimulate perspectives taking within design thinking and design sprint process. We investigate opportunities at local, national, regional and EU level, and we organize the recommendations and strategies according to local areas and regional, national and EU levels and to key topics.
Task 6.3 is the translation into policy spaces. We discuss the recommendations and strategies with the relevant cultural and educational policy structures. We support the translation of policy recommendations. We involve cultural policy prototyping and share the results with local stakeholders.
Very interesting in the project is that we combine regional, national, international and EU levels. So we try to bring together the different levels, the different perspectives of, for instance, a region like Hildesheim and a nation like Germany, together with international perspectives, for instance, from New Zealand, and then try to formulate a recommendation on EU level. So we have partners from many different countries, regional, national and international, and try to bring them all together. And very interesting as well is that we try to open our European focus with international partners so that we can deconstruct our colonial European Western perspective with the help of these international partners. The dream outcome would be that it would be possible to bring together different people, for instance, pupils, teachers, policymakers, from different regions, and that they try to formulate together recommendations, because nowadays everything is organized top-down and we try from a kind of bottom-up strategy to involve more or less everyone. And of course this is a challenge, but we try to design workshops and we try to use different artistic methods to engage these different groups and people and bring together their perspectives, discuss them, and then the task will be to translate these wishes on cultural and educational policy to the EU level actors. I would be happy if we can translate the wishes from the, for instance, pupils and teachers and policy actors on a regional level to the politicians on EU level.